welcome back to the New World Walker channel. Today we've got a really Siberian chill factor on a somewhat sunny sky. A few stripes in there of our geoengineering overlords. And talking of overlords, what we'll talk about today is about the most dangerous man out there at the minute, which is two-tier Kia. Talking about, going to war with Russia, putting boots on the ground. A bit mad, that, isn't it, when you think about it? He's willing to send young men across the world to another part of the world that really has nothing to do with us, nothing to do with us at all, really. But he's willing to send young men to put boots on the ground to protect Ukrainian borders, when daily we have thousands of men, fighting age men, coming in on dinghies without so much as a boot on the ground to stop them. In fact, the only boots on the ground are the ones that are taking them to a nice warm plush hotel where they get 3 meals a day, eating on full, looked after, benefits, phones, nice new trainees, trips into town to go shopping. So yeah, it's gaslighting on a scale that you've never seen before. You're paying for these people to stay in hotels you actually hate everything about this country, hate everything about us as a race. But in the meantime, he's going to send thousands of lads who were fundamentally here to protect this nation, to protect another nation while this nation's invaded. Mad, that, innit? And everyone just cracks on, going to work, doing what they do, paying for it, moaning about it like me, but not doing anything about it other than moan about it. There you go, all that's there. He's even come out and said that Putin is a threat to democracy. This is a guy who doesn't allow any immigrants into his country. Illegal migrants, that is. Doesn't allow his children to be brainwashed by woke ideology. And yet he's the danger. And if you listen to some of the things he says, you'd actually agree with him. Whereas Starmer, probably I would say, is the most dangerous man on the planet right this minute. He's calling him a threat to democracy. However, in this country, if you actually say anything about grooming gangs, about young children getting murdered in Taylor Swift dance classes, and if you show any disdain for that, you are rounded up like an animal, put in prison for having the audacity to question these illegal men. And yet this commie Starmer will stand there on a podium and say Putin is a threat to democracy. It's gaslighting of the highest order. He's a dangerous individual, a very dangerous individual, who will double down on anything he believes. And if you, in this so-called free country, have the brass neck to say anything against what he believes, you will be punished massively. We're not going to vote our way out of this. If you're putting your faith people like Nigel Farage, who not so long ago was championing Blair Witch to be the government's injectable czar, then I'm afraid you need your head testing. You're giving your power away to these people who are career politicians. I'd probably say the only person that is saying anything that I can trust or even go along with at the minute is probably Rupert Lowe. He's the only one who I actually believe will fight your corner. The rest of them, not so much. And I believe that Farage, if he gets his way, would get rid of Rupert Lowe if he could, but obviously the guy's an elected MP, so he can't actually do that at the minute. So beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. I'm telling you now, these people will let you down. They will let you down. What we've got right now is an acceleration of the agenda that they, the powers that be, want in place. You know, it's there for you to see. I mean, I was seeing something this morning there of, there's a small town in, I think it's just outside Braintree. Forgive me, I think it's called Withershaw, possibly. They've got an RAF base there, and they just had 800 migrants. You shouldn't call them migrants, really. Illegal asylum seekers, illegal young fighting age men, just dropped onto their little village, and they actually now outnumber the people who actually live in the village. People can't sell their houses. They're trying to get out of there, and they're trying to sell their houses, but they can't because people don't want to buy them. You know, there's like reports of the locals saying that, you know, there's like human feces on the streets and stuff, and it's just like, this is being allowed to happen while you've got the leader of this country, and I use that term very loosely, actually having the brass neck to stand on a podium and say that we need to send troops over to protect the border of Ukraine, when you've got this kind of shite happening in this country. And then you've got this kind of shite happening as well. It's just insane. And you know, you've got literally, I think anyway, this is just my opinion, you may disagree, and it is your right to disagree. We've got sleeper cells of fighting age men scattered all across this country in hotels. We're going to send our army thousands of miles away while these men are left here. Think about it. They're off fighting an enemy that has no threat to us at all. All this nonsense about that Putin is a threat to this country and he wants to take over Europe is the biggest load of shite I've ever heard. Honestly, the threat's already in this country. It's called Keir Starmer. The threat's already in this country. They're all sitting in hotels waiting, bored out of their skulls, waiting. Just waiting. Mark my words, dangerous times are on the doorstep. I'm telling you now, and people really need to understand what the fuck is going on and what's going to happen, because I fear when you see these things happening in Europe, you know, kids getting stabbed in Austria, or getting killed in Austria. You know, Afghans ploughing cars into people in Germany. Bombs going off left, right and centre in Sweden. You know, the rape capital of Europe. It's happening everywhere. We are at war with our own government, but people don't seem to see it. They're all shouting and screaming about everything's new ground. I can't get my head around it. The country's being literally raped and pillaged from the inside. Your taxes are through the roof. Food prices through the roof. Sky's being bombed daily. Cuts to this, cuts to that. Farmers under attack. They're coming after your money that you've got in your bank. And they want you to go and worry about democracy in Ukraine. Come on. People need to wake from their slumber and realise what is happening to this country that I've lived in all my life. And now is the time. Now is the time for people to wake up and realise that the enemy is within. The enemy is within. You've got a traitor running the country, and you're putting your trust in another traitor further down the line. The power rests with us to say no more. We need to stop. It has to stop. We need to stop it. Anyway, have a good day.